Punk Revolution now! Today we're going to be reviewing Kanye West. Well, it's not really Kanye West, it's Sunday Service Choir. It's basically a gospel album. The album is titled Jesus is Born because it was released on Christmas. It's a gospel album. Kanye West is I guess you could say, the creative director of this project, but it's not really a Kanye West album in the conventional sense. You're not going to have Kanye rapping throughout it or anything. It's literally going to sound like you're going to church for an hour and a half. Pretty interesting stuff, I guess, maybe. Maybe boring, I don't know, we'll see. And, yeah, so let's get started with it. We're going to take a look at the cover. Look how religious and beautiful that cover is. Isn't that amazing? Well, isn't that a glorious, beautiful, angelic cover with the beautiful ocean and the shade of blue that reminds us of the Jesus is King album cover, which is also blue? Pfft, Kanye West, you're a fucking genius! So yeah, I actually do like this cover. I do like it's very pretty, and you know it doesn't look like very many other album covers I've seen before. So that's a nice cover. Now musically, let's jump into the music. Musically, this is a fucking gospel album. End of story, pretty much. It's a gospel album. You know what you're gonna get. Jesus Christ, I love you, in all your glory, etc., etc. The lyrics are just gonna be redundantly telling you how much they love Jesus. Yeah! And I mean, if that's your thing, go for it. But I think for most people who are gonna listen to this album, it's gonna feel like you're sitting in church kind of waiting for it to be over because it kind of drags, and musically it doesn't do that much that's very interesting. It does introduce some flares of kind of Kanye-esque flavors that does make it a little different than other kind of gospel you listen to, like the song Rain I thought was nice, especially the end of the song Rain. I like the song Father Stretch, and just kind of some Kanye moments that remind us of other things we've heard from Jesus is King and Life of Pablo, etc. So that's kind of cool, but like it's not that, there's really not that much of it. It's like on occasion is it like a little bit of spice and flavor. For the most part, it's just like feels like it's dragging. It's like I feel like they were just trying to write this album longer than they should have. Like if they cut it in half and just had the best parts of it, I'd probably like this album a lot more. But like I said, it just feels like you're sitting in fucking church. I do like the choir leaders. They have a nice kind of spice, a nice like personality, I guess you can say, a nice flavor of personality that keeps the album a little bit interesting. Thank God it's not Kanye West himself, otherwise it would be total cringe. I think that's actually one of the best parts of this album is that Kanye didn't put himself in the album. He just let a choir who's an expert at praising Jesus do their thing, while he probably composed some of the ideas and helped make it a little bit more interesting than extremely generic gospel, but it's still fairly generic gospel. I like the flares of Kanye West ideas. I like the tinge of like, sometimes there's like a little jazz and funk in there. I do like the choir leaders, but it's fucking gospel. I mean, come on, like, let's think about how fucking crazy this is. Probably hundreds of thousands of people all around the world listen to this shit, even though they're not religious, just because it's Kanye West and they stand Kanye West this fucking hard. What more proof do you need that we're fucking going crazy as a society? This is fucking what MAGA is doing to our brains, is making me listen to this boring fucking gospel album and reviewing it. It's fucking stupid. It's just gospel. You don't need to just go to church and you'll get the same experience as listening to this album. 5 out of 10. Probably an above average gospel album, but it's still fucking gospel. It's still fucking boring ass church music. Who gives a shit? 5 out of 10. Punk Revolution. No!